So today we're doing a bit of a special video. Kjaer Weis sent me a $200 gift certificate to spend on their site. They're having a sale that starts on the 23rd. I'm shooting on the 22nd. Hopefully this will be up on the 23rd. And with that $200, I could choose whatever I wanted. So obviously I chose things that I don't have already. I've already have some of their blushes and some of their lip tints like these, but I wanted to try their cream eyeshadows. I wanted to try their foundation, the cream foundation. So let's break this down. They gave me these products in these amazing packages. Everything else that I have ordered, I've gotten in this, which is like a faux leather, I'm sure it's faux leather, cardboard. And this is what the lip tint comes in. And there's a different shape for my blushes, etc. These are stunning, you guys. They are stunning. They slip open like this, and they come packaged separate. So this comes in its own little cardboard, and on the back of this is a little label that you peel off and you put in this indented area right here. The same indentation is on these red things. I didn't do that because I forgot what was the story with these, and once I put them in, you actually need a pin to pop them out, and I don't have a pin. So I have to look up what colors these are. I will put them in the video as we move on. So I ordered this. I ordered the foundation in Ethereal, and I have a thing about cream foundations. I ordered a highlighter. I don't have a highlighter from them, and that's really exciting. I ordered a cream eyeshadow, which I don't have. I have a powder eyeshadow from them, but not a cream, and a blush that is totally outside my wheelhouse. But when it's not your money, I find me, personally, I'm more willing to take chances. And those are always, you know, I can't think of a time where I took a chance and I was disappointed in circumstances like this, where Sephora gives me money to buy things for the Sephora sale. I take a chance and I always find something that surprises me, and you shall see. This is my final look, and let's get to the application, and I'll see you on the other side. So I'm going to start with the foundation, and this is in the color Ethereal, and this is a cream. Just warm it up a little bit. And for me, I need a little bit more coverage. I want to do it with my fingers, but I'm going to do it on the other side with a brush, so you can see how you might be able to accomplish that. And I'm not very red today because my sunscreen has a little bit of coverage. And there's a lot of slip with this particular sunscreen. So when I used this yesterday, not as slippy, but it makes it faster. And yesterday when I wore it, it just looked beautiful all day long. So that's half the face with the finger. And I just want to pull it down a little bit, but you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that with the brush. So this is my 37 from Rougher. And I'm just dipping in. Super cloudy today, so it's looking a little weird on camera. And I'm not even going to look. I'm just going to work this in, and then I'll get my big mirror, my hand mirror. And there we have a little bit more sheer coverage. Well, I'm just going to kind of go into the area where I went hard. Actually, not smart, because I don't want to move my sunscreen. So I'm just going to even it up a little bit without disturbing my sunscreen. Boop, boop, boop. Super, super pretty. But I do feel like I need to go in with a little bit more so the face has the same amount of coverage. but I'm just spending more attention on my red areas. And this is, you know, kind of a first impressions. I did wear it yesterday. I did shoot this video yesterday. But I'm not doing a 3-day wear test on it. But it's comfortable and beautiful all day. Just diffuse that redness a little bit. Okay, so you saw how shiny I was when I started. This is about my sunscreen. I don't know of any matte sunscreens that don't dry, so I will want to powder this in a little bit. But first we are going to put a little something on my lips, a little juicy something, and then we're going to go on with some blush and eyes. So for eyes, this is what I got, and I think this is one of those perfect colors. I'm always looking for a one and done color that I can do in a hurry, and this looks like it. It does have a little cool and a little warmth, and reminds me a lot of my Sicily Paris in bronze. And this is the Sicily Paris in bronze, and you can see I'm almost done with this. Not even sure I'm going to have enough to do a good swatch. This is like most worn, you guys. But they're not too dissimilar in shade. Pick it up with my finger. You can also use a brush, 100%. And I'm just kind of feeling where my brow bone is, or my orbital bone, so it'll get high enough to help define that area. But I'm going all over the lid. And look how pretty that is. It's so interesting. Different light, you can see things differently. So easy. And again, you can go in with a brush. I would use a synthetic or a goat, nothing else with something like that. And you could do, if you like to put shadow under the eyes, easily get something kind of pointed and go under the eyes. For me, this is going to kind of be it. Well, actually, I am going to put the blush on my eyes later on. But yeah, I still want everything to set up on my face before I go in with the blush and the highlighters. So I'm just going to maybe do a little concealer and do some eyebrows, and I'll be right back. All right, a little bit of powder. You saw what I did. Now let's talk about blush. This is a color that I normally would not be into. I picked it because when you're buying something with someone else's money, for me anyway, I'm more likely to take chances. And so I am. And this is what it looks like. I felt that it would probably be something that could be a blush contour quite nicely, but when I put this on my lips yesterday, I found that there is a frosted kind of element to it. Still, I thought it worked beautifully. I'm going to pick up the same brush that has a little bit of the foundation on it, and I'll just clean it on my hand and pick some up. By the way, I feel like when you pick up creams and liquids, make sure that it's evenly distributed on your brush, and then work it into the brush. I thought that this color might actually be a little bit grungy, but I was willing to take that risk, or even do a grungy kind of look, because it's so not my thing. But, spoiler alert, I don't think it came out very grungy. I think it came out pretty classic, and as I suspected, this is a color that does a good contour as well. I wouldn't wear it as a contour, but because of the dark nature to it, it acts as a contour. And I think it's a super sophisticated look for a blush. I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and I'm getting that same feeling right now. That is also beautiful on the eyes. I don't like it on the lip because it has that sheen to it, but I'm going to show it on the lips so you can see. But this isn't going to be part of the look. I think you could do it, but this sheen on my lips, I don't know. It reminds me of maybe something in the 80s. I changed. I got my hair cut the other day, you guys, and I wanted to, you know, have it down, but he put oil in my hairs for styling, and it's not holding anything. It usually holds my blowout for a week. After I get my hair cut, I don't want to wash my hair again. And it didn't hold the blowout, it didn't hold anything I'm doing to it, so hair's up, but I like the hair up because you can really see the makeup. Anyway, let's go on to highlighter. And this is the color that I chose right here. I thought online that it was on the neutral side, but I can see that there's some yellow in here. But, as you'll see when I swatch it, there's also not yellow in here. It does have a champagne. If you go like this, you can kind of see, yes, yellow, but when you blend it in, I feel that it's evenly both cool and warm. And this I'm going to do with my fingers. I was a little concerned this wouldn't work with this particular look because it's pretty much a cool look. And it's subtle the way I've applied it anyway, and lovely. Now I already have some sheen, of course, from my sunscreen and from this foundation. This foundation, however, I don't think leaves any sheen. I'm going to just do a little bit on my hand so we can see what is going on here, or on my arm. Yeah. I'd say that this is more of a natural finish more than anything else, and like all foundations, it will adjust depending on what's underneath it, so that's why I'm getting a bit of shine here, but I do think the skin looks super, super pretty. Now, before I do my final and put on my mascara, I want to talk a little bit about lips. Put on mascara and powder, and I'm going to put the blush on my eye because it's insanely beautiful on the eye. I got this lip, and I thought because it's cool, it might work, but I don't think it does. I'm just going to put a little bit on, but I feel it doesn't work with this. I think the best use of this color is to use it with something else from my skin tone and put it in the center. So take something a little bit darker and put it in the center. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do on the lip instead. This is a new product from Huda Beauty, and this is the color Rosy, and I can't get over it. I think a brown lip, see, it looks a little bit brown when I first put it on. It's the strangest thing. And then when I thin it out or put my lips together, it gets a little more rosy. And it's really comfortable. It's a very odd formula because it's a stain. You would think it would make the lips more crinkly and it would have a dryingness to it, but there's a little bit of a cush to it that doesn't make any sense at all. And I think it goes better with what we're doing here. I'm going to do a little mascara. I don't know if you saw my community page, but something was going on with me. One of my eyes was very badly bloodshot. I don't know if I got some skincare in my eye, but it didn't feel weird. And then it did start to feel like maybe there was something in my eye. So I'm not doing any liner. I'm just going to put on a little bit of mascara. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, and I think it's called Dream On or Dream Up, or I don't know, something Dream, and it's that brownish color. So I don't want the lashes to stand out. I just want to look like I have lashes, and since the whole look I think is neutral, that's what I want to do with my lashes. And just so you can see what's going on with the blush, I'm going to add some. I feel for me personally, I am fine with the layer of the level of blush that I have, but I also want you to see how it works with fingers. Blends in super fast, super easy with fingers. And the way I'm putting it here, it's kind of hugging my cheekbones, so it will act, as I said, it's a little bit of contour. And then I just want to make sure, clean off the hands, and make sure that it's soft right here. There's no line right here. And a final powder. So there's the final look. Frankly, I feel quite chic. Understated, no bright colors going on. If you've been here before, you know I love to play with makeup. I like to do an all lavender look. I like to do bright looks, bright lips, bright eyes, but I also like looks like this. To me, makeup is playtime, and I don't feel that I have one song to sing, if you know what I mean. But if I did, this is the kind of thing that I would do, where it's one and done on the eye, and it's really, really soft, and hardly any mascara. It's just a look that I really, really like. Now I want to show you what this looks like on the eyes, because it is beautiful. It will definitely crease. If that's a problem, if you don't like that look, not for you. And this is creased already. So again, I don't mind that creasy thing. I feel that it gives it that lived in kind of, frankly, carefree. I'm not trying to be a mannequin, but a real woman kind of a thing, and I'm here for it. But now they relate to each other, these two zones, and my eyes are hazel. There's hazel gray, hazel blue, hazel green, but mine are hazel green, and this kind of color I think really works well with blues and greens, makes them look a little bit more vibrant. As usual, I think I got a little too much on this side. And they're so pliable too. Make a mistake, you can fix it with your finger or brush or Q-tip. I think that's about even. I just love this kind of look. I just love it. So, as I said, when it's not your money, for me anyway, I am more willing to take some chances. So let's talk about everything that I got. I really, really like this. First of all, I think the color is pretty darn good for me, and the color is ethereal. And I'm looking forward to playing with it some more with some other sunscreens, as I would in a 3-day test to see how it works. But so far, today I used something incredibly thick. It was so thick that I applied it with a brush that it comes with. I let it set up for 20 minutes, but it was still quite shiny. And yesterday I used it with my Make Prem, which was lovely. So far it's working well with others, and I think just like many cream formulas, as the day goes on and it warms up, it synchronizes with the skin and looks beautiful. And yesterday it wore all day long for me. For the highlighter, I think it's really lovely, subtly applied. And I wouldn't be too concerned about how light this looks, because when it's applied, I don't feel like I have a white streak on my face. Just a little bit, or if you like a very blingy look, a lot. For this blush, I love this formula. I don't know if they've changed the formula, because I do have some blushes and they don't feel quite this creamy. Maybe it's just this color, or maybe they changed the formula a little bit, but this is so outside my wheelhouse, and yet apparently it's in my wheelhouse. I love this on the eyes and on the cheeks. If I were traveling, this would be the kind of thing I would want to bring, because it's not just adequate, okay, I have makeup on, but it makes me feel pretty. That's what I want to do. I want to put on the least amount of makeup and still look very pretty, and this color does it, because eyes and cheeks. Not lips for me, but it might work lips for you. And then this cream eyeshadow, I think, let me open it up. It'll be a new one and done for me. It does crease, so does the Sicily, but I think the Sicily creased a little bit less. So this shade is here, the Kjaer Weis, and this is the Sicily. So if you're like me and you're running out of that Sicily, this is my colors palette today. And I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I just think it's just put together. And the lip tint, which not for this story, but I'm going to show you. I'm just going to put a little bit in the center and have it change this color a little bit. Very, Claro. And it just adds a little je ne sais quoi to the situation. And you guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Don't forget that the sale starts the 23rd, and hopefully I posted this on the 23rd, and use the link down below. And if you have any questions, let me know. I have tried a couple of products by them, but these are the new products by them. So I'm going to also link the video here with some other Kjaer Weis products. And that's going to wrap up today's video. As I said, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful. I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart. The birds are really singing today. And I'm wishing you good health.